Well, hello and welcome to St Francis Prep School. My name is Colin Mannall and I'm the head of the prep here. And I'm joined today by two of the Year 6 girls who are going to answer a few questions and tell you a little bit about life in the prep school. So I'm going to turn straight to them and I'm going to ask them to introduce themselves. So can we start with Lexa? Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Lexa and I have just joined at St Francis in November last year. I really like it here, it's amazing, and yeah.
Great, thank you for that. And are you one of the prefects, Lexa, is that right?
Yes, I'm the head prefect.
You're the head prefect, thank you. Worth getting that in, isn't it? Absolutely. And Anoop, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Anoop and I've been here since reception and I've always loved being a St Francis girl.
Brilliant, thank you very much for that. So Lexa, turning to you, I know you've only been here since last November. What do you love most about St Francis?
Well, I love the lessons, I love the teachers being so supportive. We have a wide variety of lessons where we learn lots of interesting things, and I learn so much, my brain almost explodes, it's amazing.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thankfully it hasn't exploded yet, but I'm glad that you're taking on lots and lots of information. Great. And Anoop, what for you? You've obviously been here much longer since reception. What do you love about St Francis?
I love all the lessons, they're all really interesting, and I love how everybody at St Francis is always really friendly. We don't have anyone who's mean, and all the teachers are very kind and supportive.
Okay, well that's fantastic and really good to hear. We are a really close community. You're absolutely right. So Anoop, how are the children taught in the early years in Key Stage 1? Can you talk me through the kind of teachers they have and that sort of thing?
Well, when we're quite young, we just get taught by one teacher mostly.
Right.
But maybe for more lessons where it's a bit hard to be taught by one teacher, we get taught by a sports teacher or a drama teacher.
Okay. And I think French as well, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So there's a few specialist teachers who come in, but fundamentally it's a class teacher. Okay, great. What about in Key Stage 2, Lexa? What happens there?
In Key Stage 2, you travel around the building and there's lots of different classrooms that you go into with specialist teachers, and they really nurture you through it, and they're really in depth with their work. For example, we have science, we have English, we have
Maths, I think, as well. Is that another one?
Yeah, and we also have humanities where we learn geography and history, and that's really good.
Fantastic. And that specialist teacher really
Yeah.
helps to just give you a really thorough grounding in it. Brilliant. Good, and that's the aim, absolutely. So, Anoop, moving from that to the house system, we have a house system. Could you just briefly explain that to everybody?
Well, we have 4 houses. We have Hera, Athene, Selene and Artemis, who are Greek goddesses. And in our houses there are a few people from each class, and our houses are because we can just mix with other year groups and become friends with more people, and we have house meetings and house competitions, and it's just really nice to have a
Brilliant.
house.
So it's really a way to sort of meet children from all the different age ranges in the group.
Yeah.
Fantastic, great. And moving to you again, Lexa, what sorts of extracurricular activities are there on offer in the prep?
There are lots of them, and that's really great. We have drama activities, we have Lambda, we have lots of different clubs run by the teachers. So we have a DT club where you get to make catapults, and that's really fun.
Yeah.
There are lots of different music clubs. You also have
Is there sport, I think, Lexa?
Yes.
I've seen you with a hockey stick, I think,
Yes.
Lexa, in my time.
I do hockey, and this year it's very good, and last year I know you taught it, I remember, it was very nice.
Thank you. Well, that's very kind of you, indeed. So there's lots, isn't there? Lots of variety, which is great, and that just gives you things to do at lunchtime and after school, just to broaden your experiences, isn't it? Which is great. Okay, brilliant. So moving on to another topic, you're obviously both prep prefects, okay, and you obviously got responsibility. So Anoop, with that responsibility, we have to look after other people, don't we? Do we do charity events and do we do visits to local communities to help others? What do we do?
We do a lot. We do a Kaniki project, which is where we give him money and it goes to a school in Uganda to help poor children to learn and become educated. We also have a harvest festival where we give food in to the Lexa food bank.
Oh, brilliant.
And
do we have we visited a local nursing home? Is that right?
Yeah, we go to foxholes, maybe one class a few times a year,
and is that just to help the residents with games and talking to them? I think.
Makes them much happier.
Brilliant, fantastic. That's been a really nice thing to do, hasn't it? Which has been lovely to see the effect it's had on you and the residents, which is great. So Lexa, going again, you're obviously prep prefects, as I've said already, and that's obviously got a leadership responsibility. But what other leadership opportunities are there in the prep?
So in every class there is a form captain, a vice form captain, a school counsellor, and an
eco rep. Yeah, eco rep. Yeah. Fantastic.
And as a form captain, you kind of help people and don't tell people to not chat in the corridors and
So you're kind of like the pupil police by the sound of it. Fantastic. But you also you do jobs as well for the form teacher and so on, don't you? And have that kind of responsibility.
And a vice form captain is helping the form captain. In the school council, you kind of take other people's ideas and help influence the school, and that's really cool. And then we also have an eco representative where you help support the environment, and you're part of Eco Club, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely. And so we like turning off lights, and we like collecting and recycling things and just picking up litter and whatever we need to do, which is wonderful. Brilliant. Well, we're obviously all living in very different circumstances at the moment, aren't we, with the situation in the world. But how has St Francis Lexa, I'll come to you first and I'll come back to you, Anoop. How has St Francis supported and helped you in terms of education and other aspects in the last 6 months?
All of the teachers have been so supportive and always there to receive our questions on our email, and they have been explaining stuff in so much detail, and it's amazing. They have also been really understanding if we've forgotten something or we've been late to a Zoom lesson because we are in different circumstances, and they're really helping.
Good, that's excellent. And what about Anoop? Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, every morning we have a Zoom registration. We also have Zoom lessons, and they're just as brilliant as the ones we have here at school.
And what about work? Were you able to get work to you, and how did that work?
The school were very organised, and they got a school website where we can download work and send it in to our teachers. We also had an email where we could contact our teachers if something was wrong.
Oh, brilliant. So it sounded like school was pretty normal, albeit you weren't in school. Okay, well that's great, isn't it? So just to finish things off, we've talked about a number of topics. Is there anything you want to say? Shall we go to Anoop first? Is there anything you want to say to finish off this?
Well, St Francis is amazing, and it's been the best school ever, and it's just amazing.
Well, that's very kind of you to say all of that. And Lexa, you're obviously new. Any initial thoughts going forward?
My time at St Francis has been amazing, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Brilliant. Well, and I do wish you both all the success and have a fantastic year 6. And then obviously those, I think most of you are staying on into senior school as well, so that which is great, and we look forward to seeing you flourish and develop over the coming years. But thank you very much for chatting so honestly to us today.